I found was worse than the conflict itself. I used to judge myself for feeling the conflict. Like, what's wrong with me? I feel the shame. I must not be believing. Well, you know, and then when that can condemn you, especially when you sit in your heart where you just want to love the Lord.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that tries to tell you, well, you must not really be loving the Lord. You know, and so I found the judgment I made against myself because I felt the conflict was worse than the conflict itself. And the first thing God come and did was remove the judgment, where I didn't judge myself for feeling the conflict. You know, and he come and told me, he said, well, Greg, do you think that Jesus judged himself because he sweat blood? And I was like, He said, do you think Jesus was in unbelief? No. He says, why are you so hard on yourself? Because you feel pressed in. Then he started showing me how, listen, man, I never created you to experience death. And so you're in a world where there's death and corruption. He said, don't you think that might have an impact on you? He said, you ever consider that might, you know, be disconcerting or off-putting sometimes? Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Was it off-putting to Jesus? Was it disconcerting to Jesus? He's like, and that, you know, I said it in the message, but it's like, yeah, God put on my skin suit. And when he put on my skin suit, which my skin suit possessed the ability to die, when he put on my skin suit and was confronted with the death that I faced every day, that skin suit sweat blood. You know what that tells me? God Almighty felt it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he was without sin. When he felt it, he didn't think about it with the carnal mind. He thought about it through the Spirit.
Yeah.
Right? And so because he thought about it through the Spirit, he was without sin. We tend to think about it with the carnal mind. Right?
Yeah.
And then that leads to us, you know, committing some
And
sin.
that's how he says that he was tempted in every way, yet without sin.
Yeah, without sin.
Because he was pressed in just as we are pressed in, but he didn't trust his flesh to overcome.
That's right. That's right. That horrible feeling we feel when we feel like we're separated from life before we do anything. Just that smack in the face where we just feel like we're dying. He felt that exact thing. God. So how are we going to judge ourselves negatively if we feel that? There isn't a negative judgment about it. When we feel that, though, now because of the word of Christ, what happens is more and more on the inside, we become so aware of our fellowship in the Godhead that when we feel that, a natural reaction will come out of us where we'll say, Abba! Right? Right when we feel that thing, we'll, Abba! We'll find that's the first thing that comes out of us.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of thinking, how am I going to get life? I don't have life. We're, Abba! And we'll start talking with him, and we'll find the fear being pressed out of us by the truth. We'll find the anxiety being sent away from us, and we'll find ourselves being invigorated with life.
Yeah.
That's how the thing will work, right?
That's awesome.